Day 4 on lockdown isolation, and the weather is incredible. It's so hot and it's so sunny and there is not a cloud in the sky, and it's a bad time to be locked in your house. But worse things have happened to better people, and there's a lot of people who are sick right now, so can't really complain that much. And when you have windows like these, you know, at least you can still sunbathe a little bit. Hello and welcome to a very chilled out edition of Behind the Sax. We are sitting here in my bedroom, the sun is streaming through the window. Today I'm going to be answering some of the questions that people have asked me on Instagram. Yesterday I asked people on my Instagram account, on my personal one, as well as my Behind the Sax Instagram account. I asked people to ask me questions, whatever they fancied. I got some great ones that I will be awarding a prize for best question. So yeah, I guess let's get down to it. I'm gonna grab my computer here. Okay, let's start at the beginning. It's a very good place to start. If you could be any animal, what would you choose and why? That's easy for me. I would choose some kind of bird that's quite high up the food chain, because I don't want to be getting swooped down on. So I'd probably go with some kind of eagle, maybe a golden eagle. Okay, so the next one, when are you coming back to the UK? Well, I will be coming back for a friend's wedding in June, and then I'm back to Spain straight away for a festival, and I will be in Spain until November 7th when my lease in this apartment is up, and then I will come back to England. Okay. Will you have to come back to the UK given coronavirus? Well, as it stands, we're pretty comfortable here. We're not too worried. The whole of Spain locked down as one, and the virus had only just reached us. So no, as it stands, we're just gonna stay here, locked up in our apartments, eating junk food and playing Xbox. Sweet. Next, do you miss the UK? I miss my friends, I miss my family. I don't miss London at all. But I miss my mum and my dad. I miss my cat, and I miss my dog. I think the thing I miss the most about the UK is gigging with my band. Oh, I miss my bed. I miss my bed so much. How is the corona outbreak impacting your music? Well, I can't gig. I can't busk, which means I have no income. Fortunately, we've got enough savings, it's fine, but I didn't really want to be eating into our savings this much. If you had to eat one meal for the next 5 months, what would it be? Well, I do have to eat one meal for the next 5 months because I'm locked in. Another super easy question for me. I have an unhealthy relationship with spaghetti bolognese, and I would happily eat that until the day I died. Next. What's your favourite song to sing which relates to you the most deeply? I think probably Misery by Pink, because it was one of the first songs that I sang that I really enjoyed myself singing. It was one of the first songs that I sort of sung it and started finding my identity as a musician. Like, okay, cool, this is what I want to do, blues rock, like this genre. I'm going to sing you a little tiny snippet. Shadows are falling all over town. Another night and these blues got me down. Oh, misery, I sure could use some company. So that's Misery by Pink, and it's absolutely beautiful. It's such an anthem. So yeah, that's my favourite song to sing. Actually, there's like 3 others as well, but we'll just go with that one. Favourite workout routine? I am not allowed to do any working out at the moment because I've hurt my back. I first injured my back when I was 12 and it was a minor injury and it was fine. It was just a little bit of overexertion. And then when I was 15, I injured it again, rowing. And then when I was 17, I injured it while pulling a 110 kilogram deadlift. And my posture was pretty poor and I pulled my back. And then I went to the chiropractor and it turns out I'd bulged part of one of my discs. So your girl can't work out anymore. So I guess my favourite workout routine now is some very basic stretching, body weight squats, body weight deadlifts, which is basically just bending over and standing up again. And yeah, that's pretty much all that I do now. When's the album coming out? Girl. Your guess is as good as mine. I swear there is an album. This isn't like a made up boyfriend situation. There is an album. Basically, we're waiting on a really, really exciting opportunity. If that goes ahead, I will be releasing the date of the thing and the release date of the album and everything. But until we're told yes or no on this event, we can't plan whether we're releasing the album as a standalone album or whether we're releasing it in conjunction with this thing. So it's all a little bit, it's just a little bit sort of got to wait on everyone else to know what I'm doing. Yeah, it's kind of frustrating. Which violin pickup do you use? That's an easy one because I can get it out and I can show you. So this is the microphone that I use for my violin. It's the T-Bone CC100 and this is actually set up right now for my saxophone, so it's got a little clippy on it. I also have a little violin mount that I use, which you just attach to this part here, and this attaches straight into an XLR, and you can just use this as though it's a normal microphone, like a vocal microphone, and it's pretty good quality. It's with the saxophone you have to be careful with the gain. You have to make sure that you turn the gain right down because otherwise it squeals. But it's really sensitive, which is a good thing when you want a sensitive microphone. I use this for my saxophone, for my violin, and I've even used it for my double bass. So that's what I use. Next up, who's your favourite artist musically? My all-time life favourite is Freddie Mercury. But I've got to say actually my actual favourite artist is Bang Bang Romeo. And that is because I met them 4 years ago at the same studio that I work at now. And then I had the immense and unbelievable pleasure of watching them perform as Pink's opening act at Wembley last year. And that was an experience like nothing else. Absolutely have to give them a follow. They are just so amazing. And Anastasia, the lead singer, she's my favourite artist. She comes a close second to Freddie Mercury, but he's dead, so we'll say Anastasia from Bang Bang Romeo. What did you have for breakfast? Today I had one of those whole wheat sort of bread, cheese and ham and chorizo and lettuce and red pepper, and I had some special sauce from this restaurant down the road from us. So yeah, that's what I had for breakfast today. In a fight to death between... This is one of my close Spanish friends, and he is hilarious. He always has me cracking up. In a fight to the death between a tyrannosaurus and a unicorn, who would win? I mean, I'm inclined to say a tyrannosaurus would win that fight, but then again, unicorns are mythological, so I'm just going to go ahead and say that this unicorn has saber-toothed fangs, it flies, its horn is like razor sharp, its hooves are razor sharp, and it's got like razor blades all up in its hair, yeah? So I think my unicorn would win that fight. Just saying, personally speaking, I think my unicorn would win that fight. But thank you for that question, Ramiro. Which celebrity would play you in a movie about your life? Oh, that's difficult. Oh, I don't know, man. This is a really hard one. Rebel Wilson. That's who I'd have to play me. Rebel Wilson. Done. Next. What's your favourite instrument to play? Saxophone. Done. Easy. Do you and James have any long-term relationship tips? Honestly, I don't think we're one to give advice. I think our relationship is just as messed up as anyone's. But I think if you're looking at being in a long-term relationship with someone, you need to make sure that you have mutual respect, mutual trust, and that you actively listen rather than passively hear. Who's your favourite band? Yours, obviously. Check out my Valentine's Day in A Coruña video. I'll link it somewhere here. Because her song is the backing track for that, and she is amazing. What is the best gig you've ever played? Oh, okay, easy. My sister's wedding, and we played a 45-minute set. I played their first dance. I was actually really ill at the time. I had a really bad cold. So by the time I got through to the last songs, my voice was shredded, but it was the most incredible gig of my life, and I don't think anything will ever top that. Will you go out with me? Yes, Camilla, I will go out with you. Check out Camilla's song Man in Black, linked below, also used on my Get Ready With Me video. How are you coping with lockdown, and can you still get takeaway delivered? Yes, you can. Do not worry. Just Eat is still running, Deliveroo is still running. Obviously some restaurants have closed completely, but there are quite a few cafes, restaurants, bars, patisseries that are running but only takeaway, and you're not allowed to walk in through the door. You have to stand outside, tell them your order, they'll make your order and bring it to you. Which is good because it means that people can still get a hot meal delivered and things like that. If you had to get rid of a genre of music, which one would you get rid of? Screamo. Next. I just don't like it as a genre of food. Okay, I think that's all of them. A genre of food. The person who asked me is a chef, so my brain just handed me genre of food. Are you learning Spanish, and how much do you speak? Thanks for putting me on the spot. We are learning the local language. It's not actually Spanish where we live. Where the region of Spain we live in is called Galicia. The people here speak Galician or Gallego. In the local language it's called Gallego. And they also speak Spanish. And they also speak a kind of hodgepodge mix. So sometimes we don't really know what we're learning. Sometimes it's Spanish, sometimes it's Gallego. Anyway, yo hablo un poco español, muy mal. Yo entiendo más. Yo hablo nada. Yo sé un poco. Yo sé un poco español. Mi novio, James, es muy contenta aquí. There we go. I spoke some Spanish. I hope you're proud of me. I didn't speak a word of Spanish when I first got to the country. My Spanish friends, please be nice. So yeah, I'm learning something. I just don't know what language it is. So that's my last question. Thank you so much to everyone who submitted a question. As promised, the winner of best question is Ramiro with who would win in a fight, Tyrannosaurus or a unicorn? Thank you very much. That was a very difficult question to answer. Oh my lordy lord, I'm sweaty.